William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. You're going to sleep.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. I'm here in your gym, Billy Nelson. Nice wee gym.
It was a wee cracker. I'm very proud of it. It's good for the community, and it's a perfect wee setup for the few pros that I have.
Everything you need is in this gym. Bags, ring.
Good fighters. That's all you need.
Good coach.
We'll get one in.
Aye, we'll get one in. We'll find someone. Let's jump to it then. I want to just talk about the weekends. I know I've just done a quick interview there with both Martin Bakole and John Joyce there, but obviously you've got a heavyweight of your own. You're very vocal on social media about your heavyweight Martin and stuff like that. So I just want to go back to last Saturday night out in New York with Joshua versus Ruiz. I just want to get your thoughts on the fight quickly, and obviously the whole build up to the fight and whatnot. Just what's your thoughts?
That wasn't Anthony Joshua that turned up in the ring. There was something the matter. There's conspiracy theories that says, but it just wasn't him that was in that ring. I've never seen him personally answering back, but asking questions in the corner to Rob, and Rob was giving him instructions, and he didn't seem to be following them, which is never a good sign in any case. But what people forget, you've got to give credit to Aj-Ruiz. I mean, I'm gutted for Anthony Joshua, because I like him as a person, a right nice man, a real nice man. Does a lot for people in boxing and outside boxing. So, I'm gutted for him, but he's got a rematch clause. Hopefully for him it comes to the UK and it can right the wrong.
The rematch then, I mean, Ruiz dropped Joshua 4 times in that fight. I mean, he got knocked down himself. He took Joshua's left hook, went down, bounced back up again, and came back and dropped Joshua within 30 seconds. So the rematch isn't a foregone conclusion. Joshua won't go. He's probably going as a favourite, but he won't be a heavy favourite going at this rematch. But looking at the rematch, what's your thoughts on it? Do you think Joshua will right the wrongs and get through this easy enough?
As long as he's got a clear head and he's okay mentally, which I'm sure he will be. There was something wrong with him on Saturday night, but at times he was jabbing the head off of Ruiz, and he hurt Ruiz when he went down. The normal Anthony Joshua, in my opinion, would have been a bit more calculated and tried to finish him after the first knockdown, but he didn't. He rushed in and got hit at the top of the temple with a 19-stone guy. Anybody that gets hit with a 19-stone guy in the top of the temple, that equilibrium goes. They're all over the place, and it's very, very difficult to recover.
There was talks of him being concussed in that third round. There was talks of a panic attack in the changing room. There was loads of stuff. Do you believe any of this, or do you believe that he got concussed after that first knockdown? It's
not for me to believe. I disbelieve is he get beat. If there was something the matter prior to the fight, I don't believe Rob McCracken for a minute would have let him fight. So I would discount that. Concussion was probably the main cause for his defeat. The first punch, top of the temple, never recovered for it. Simple as that. People saying he got knocked out in Miami, food contamination, nerves. Listen, this is an Olympic gold medalist. Why did he not get nervous? Obviously, he's been every fight he gets nervous before a fight. But why did he not have a panic attack before the Olympic Games? A lot of nonsense.
His first fight at Wembley and stuff like that.
90,000 people. Surely, if you're going to have a panic attack, you'd have had one before now. For those major occasions, Olympic gold medalist, Wembley a few times in front of 90,000 people. You get hit, and that's it. It's boxing. You get hit, you get hurt, you get beat.
And that's
it.
Yeah. You do say your piece, Bill. You're not scared to say what you think and stuff like that. But a few folk are saying that Joshua quit.
No, how can you say he quit? He got up 4 times. That shows the character of the man, the strength of the man to get up 4 times concussed. You know what I mean? And I think the referee was correct in his decision making, by the way. Although I wondered why he hadn't. He picked up the gum shield, the referee, but why did he not give the corner the or at least I never seen that happening anyway.
I don't think it did happen, no.
So maybe it was in his mind to stop the fight anyway, because he'd seen him previously hurt. It's been stopped at end of. There's no excuses. He's no look to make an excuse, so why should anybody else?
That's the thing. Josh has handled this whole thing with tremendous. You know what I mean? He's came out. He's made a video on his YouTube channel saying congratulations, Ruiz. There was nothing wrong with me. Every training camp went well. So
well, it did, because
he's been admirable about it, hasn't he?
Martin Bakole sparred him 3 weeks, and I swear to God, it was pay-per-view worthy. It was fantastic. It really was. I couldn't believe it. It was just that good. So there's nothing wrong with his camp. Certainly
well, that's what I was going to say. Like, you were in camp, I think, 6 weeks prior to the fight.
3 weeks before the fight.
3 weeks before
6 to 3 weeks. 6 weeks out to 3 weeks out.
You didn't notice anything that camp, did you?
Nothing whatsoever. Well, certainly not. The sparring was fantastic. Great attitude. He trained hard. He looked great. Great frame of mind. He's been hit.
Like I said to Martin, it's heavyweight boxing. Everyone says it's heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen at any given minute. Do you know what I mean?
But getting hit in the jaw, getting hit in the body, there's a good chance that you could recover. Getting hit at the top in the temple, like I say, it affects your equilibrium. I've seen it happen to a fighter or two of mine. One of my fighters in particular, happened to him. He was like Bambi on ice until he got his senses. It was the temporarily scrambled. But then they get scrambled again, because after they get hit with the first shot in the tempo, you get hit in the jaw. So, it's double impact.
Mm-hmm. What does this do? I mean, the fans want Wilder versus Joshua. They've been screaming for that fight for probably the best part, nearly 2 years now, maybe. Now that Joshua's lost all his belts to Andy Ruiz, PBC have got all the belts held up with Ruiz and Wilder. So, is it a case of the Joshua Wilder fight's miles down the road, and should they have maybe taken that fight when there was, even though they were both going to get paid millions and millions and millions anyway, so is it a case of greed on the parts of networks and promoters and whatnot?
Not the boxers. No. I don't think it's the boxers. I think it's the politics of the sport that's not had the fight's not been made. So I believe both fighters, certainly Joshua, from speaking to him, would gladly fight Wilder, and I believe he beats him comfortably. That's just my opinion. I know he's a big puncher. He is a big puncher, but he's very vulnerable himself, and technically not very good. To be perfectly honest, for a guy that's achieved what he has.
For somebody that's not very good, he's
technically.
No, that's what I mean.
Power-wise, phenomenal. I mean, he's only 15.5 stone. He punches, Jesus, frightening.
Yeah,
frightening and powerful. But if you can negate that power, he's in a world of bother. How
far is the Wilder Joshua fight now for us to witness it?
The Wilder Joshua fight, I think it's quite a wee bit away now. Because if whoever wins between Ruiz and AJ, they'll have mandatories. Titles will be getting vacated, I believe. Whoever wins that rematch.
You mean Ruiz's titles?
Ruiz. If Ruiz wins, he'll have to do some mandatories, and he can't obligate all his mandatories. So titles are, and I would prefer it if there was 3 or 4 world champions, because it gives others up and coming fighters like Martin Bakole, your Joe Joyce's opportunities, or a better opportunity. I mean, Joe Joyce, with fullest respect, he's 33. He's not a spring chicken. When can he realistically fight for a world title? I don't see that happening for 2 years. 35, which is a shame, because he is a talented boy.
Okay then, well, you brought his name up, Joe Joyce, and let's talk about not just Joe Joyce, but the show that's happening on the 13th of July, Heavy Duty, down in London. It's all the good heavyweights that are around. Martin's sort of like
just below Martin's level,
but I mean, in terms of career-wise, like, they're all in that same sort of area. In terms of, there's obviously the three-headed monster at the top, which is Joshua Wilder and Fury. But then
we'll say fringe world class
fighters. Okay, so you've got Daniel Dubois, Nathan Gorman. They're fighting each other, and Joe Joyce is always on the also on the bill against Brian Jennings. Quickly, your thoughts on those 3 fighters and the Dubois Gorman fight itself?
Nathan Gorman, lovely guy, very quick fighter, good boxing brain, lacks power.
Totally total opposite of Dubois.
Susceptible to getting hit. Daniel Dubois is a powerful man, susceptible to getting hit. Joe Joyce, very, very strong man, good high work rate. I think a big, strong heavyweight will hurt him because his defence is woeful.
Is that what gives you confidence with Martin facing Joe Joyce?
100%, and his movement. Joe comes in straight lines. You create angles, hit him. But he is a strong man. I'm not knocking Joe Joyce. I mean, he's an Olympic silver medalist. So he must have a degree of boxing skill, but he relies on his strength. I mean, let's face it, Stavern hit him flush right hands. If that was Martin Bakole, it happened the same way, he'd be knocked out. Now, with the fullest respect to Sam Jones, his manager, he said, "Oh, Joe, take everybody shot." Sam thinks he's Goliath. He will get hit with proper. Guzman is a good fighter. The Russian put him down 2-3 times, and in the first round of a WBSS fight and stopped him. So if he can do it, he'll do it, and others are capable of doing it. You know what I mean? But he threw 15 punches and the finish against Ustinov and landed 1.
So, I mean, you've gone back and forth with Sam many times.
Listen, we phone each other and we WhatsApp each other. I got on well with Sam. You know but I'm going to defend my fighter if he's critical of me and vice versa.
My question is you speak to Sam a lot, you do WhatsApp and Twitter and whatnot, but how easy is it for Martin and Joe Joyce to be made? I mean,
all they've got to do is phone us. Sam's got my number, Frank Warren's got my number. The truth of the matter is, 6 months before we fought Hunter, Sam said to me, "Martin's irrelevant," right? That was, in his mind, he was irrelevant. Even though he was fighting, Joe Joyce was fighting guys that had to get their shots taped up in the ring. They were that fat and unfit and, you know, gun shy. Martin was irrelevant. When you fight a good name, now we fought Michael Hunter. Granted, we get beat. We know why we get beat. Nothing to do with boxing ability. He got beat on the night with a better man on the night. He's 10 times better than anybody Joe Joyce has fought. So he got beat, fair enough. We went to Poland, we never had one single supporter there, and he knocked out Mariusz Wach. That's as good, if no better, than anything Joe Joyce has done. So now Sam declared 18 months ago, fight somebody of relevance, a good name, and we'll make the fight. You could check the Twitter. We beat the man. We beat Wach. So we've got that name now. We've beat him. We'd fight Joe Joyce in a heartbeat. Joe Joyce will get knocked out with Martin Bakole. Schooled in out and knocked out.
That fight can't be made, but if it doesn't get made anytime soon,
it's a shame for the British public if it doesn't get made.
Well, that's the thing. But like I said, there's other guys out there that are around Martin's level, which is not. I know I'm not talking about levels in talent, because you believe Martin is obviously, well, we all do, is a very, very talented fighter. Right. But I mean, in level in terms of where they are at their careers. So the winner of Gorman Dubois, is that a fight?
Oh, I'd want the winner. I wouldn't want to lose. I'd want the winner.
Yeah.
I got offered Derek Chisora 3 weeks ago. Would you bet? The text read, "Would you fight Derek Chisora?" Yes. 2 days later, Derek Chisora doesn't want it. There's a reason Derek Chisora doesn't want it.
Is it because maybe Martin hasn't built, again, it's that sort of sense that Martin hasn't built his name up yet? Or
no, because of what he's done, shown in gyms, and people know. They can say that he's fought nobody and he's done this and that. People have seen the talent he's got in the gyms. And he'll translate that into the fights, and he did against Wach. What a performance against Wach. Wach said after the fight he couldn't believe how big and strong he was, and he's never been hit as hard in his life. That's a man that's fought.
I didn't know you can speak Polish.
No, my friend's Polish and he translated in the interview. He said Klitschko, he's fought Klitschko, he's fought Miller, and he's fought Povetkin. So if Wach said, who are you going to believe in a boxing sense? Mariusz Wach or Sam Jones' opinion of Martin?
He's got a lot of stick, old Sam Jones, isn't he?
Oh no, he's sound. He is sound.
No, I've met him. I like him. I've met him a couple of times. I like the guy. I think he's.
Text me this morning,
Like
7 o'clock.
It's like I said to Cody Davis. The thing with Sam is he's not everyone's cup of tea. But if
No, he won't be.
If you're on his team, he backs you to the hills.
Oh, of course
he's
he
going to
will.
be on your team.
A bit like myself.
Yeah, exactly.
A bit like myself, but I know more about boxing than what he'll ever know.
So you hear that, Sam?
Well, it's fact.
Yeah.
Well, what he knows about boxing, you could write in a matchstick head in capitals.
In capitals, aye.
In capitals.
So again, what's next for Martin then? We've spoke about the fights that he could face, but you being his manager and his coach, I mean the Marius Wack fights was a cracking fight, like you said, a good win for Martin.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not wanting a guy, any old fighter.
No,
we
want live opponents.
Yeah.
But he was a good opponent, but we want live opponents. We want the winners of Dubois and Gorman. We'd want Joe Joyce.
Alan Price.
Oh, listen. David Price would be a good fight because he's a big, strong unit. Dave Allen, in my opinion, is borderline British level.
But if he beats Price, then is
He's
it?
still borderline British level. Well, what level do you think David Allen sitting at?
No, I'm not saying he's at any level. Just I think he'll say himself he's not world level because of who he's faced.
No, but he's saying that he's wanting to fight Povetkin in 2 fights. Come on, please. He gets schooled with Brown for 4 rounds, 3 rounds.
Yeah.
He gets schooled with Webb for 5 rounds before the shot that came for his boots happened.
Like you say, like we just said, heavyweight boxing, anything can happen.
No, I know,
punch.
but
Yeah.
no. Anything can happen, but see a shot like the shot he threw against Webb, that will never land against your Dubois, your Gormans, your Joyces, your Martin Bacoles.
What about the slip left hook to the body that he landed on Brown?
That was a lovely shot, but he's hitting a shell, isn't he? Let's be perfectly honest. Do you think they're making that fight because they think Brown's still a world level fighter? He's no. Who did he get beat with before?
He fought out in Scotland, Brown, before the.
Who did he fight?
He fought. I can't remember his name.
Is it Chisora? White?
I can't. No, he had a fight in Scotland, didn't he? But you mean like before that fight?
Solowski.
Aye.
But he beat him. Never got a decision.
He got dropped as well, Brown, didn't he?
Well, put things into perspective, right? Dave Allen stopped Webb, and 6 rounds, I believe it was, and he stopped him with a good shot. Well, we'll say good shot. It landed. It came for a very untechnical position for his boots. In Webb's next fight, he gets stopped with the Polish boy Sosowski in 2 rounds. So that puts Dave Allen's fight bang into perspective, doesn't it? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Dave Allen, he's done well for himself. He's done brilliantly for himself. He's got a couple of houses that have been on pay-per-views. Is he a pay-per-view fighter?
Well, the boxing fans love him, I think.
Aye, but in my opinion, a pay-per-view is the best fight, and the undercard are in competitive fights.
Yeah.
That wasn't a competitive fight. You want top class fighters in the undercard. The show that there were 3 boys that you mentioned, Gorman against Dubois, Joe Joyce. The undercard's stacked with good fights. That is a pay-per-view show, and you're getting it for nothing. And that's excellent.
That's good for the fans, isn't it?
Frank Warren's perspective.
Well, let's talk about something else and away from the heavyweights. The guy to your right, John Joyce. Elvis. He's been with you for months now, hasn't he? And he's finally making his pro debut. How's John looking in the gym?
Well, he came back. He came to Scotland in quite poor condition, to be perfectly honest. And it's a credit to himself. He's lost about 23 pound in weight. He's down to 11 stone 9 now. Getting fitter, stronger, keeping his mouth shut more and more each week, which is unbelievable after you've heard what he said today. But he needs to install more professionalism in him, and the man to my left is helping him no end the share of flat, and he's trying to give him good advice, and he's taking it on board. He now knows the importance of it, because you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't listen and do your work, you'll get beat eventually, very quickly.
What's that old saying? Work hard beats talent, and talent doesn't work hard. Is that right?
What is it? Skill is
Pay the
temporary,
bills.
but class is permanent.
That's another one, yeah.
And he is very classy fighter.
It's a 6-rounder for his debut. Is that testament to how good John Joyce is and how far he can go in the
what he
professional
achieved
ranks?
in the amateurs. I mean, he had 200 fights, winning all bar 10 of them. I think it was 2 times European gold, once silver, 4th in the worlds, 9 times Irish champion. Done okay.
Done alright, I better than me anyway.
So why would it? Why put him in a 4-rounder? It's and a 4-rounder. I've always maintained if he had a bad night in a 4-rounder, it could be a bloody sprint. If you don't win that first round, you're putting yourself under serious pressure. You've got to win the next 3 rounds.
Exactly.
But he's a class act, and I'm looking forward to the journey with him.
Is there a love-hate relationship there?
No, he listens to what he's told. He's got to listen to what he's told. If he doesn't, he can go and get trained elsewhere. But he does. No, there's
a good laugh between you two though, isn't there?
Oh, he's mad as a fucking hat. He's absolute bonkers.
I've got to put you on the spot here, Billy. Give me an impression of John Joyce now.
Oh, Billy, I can't put my body through this anymore. I need a fight.
Well, Billy, I've got being that we're both Scottish. It might be stupid of me not to mention Josh Taylor.
Oh, what performance, eh?
Well, I'm over the moon for the kid that after seeing him from the.
It's good to see that East have eventually got a champion.
Come on, we've had the best champions. Ken Buchanan. Come on, Josh Taylor.
3-weight world champion. Scott East, West. Scott Harrison. Aye, you're wrong.
So Ken Buchanan.
Walter McGowan.
Alex Arthur.
Yeah,
he won a world title. I'm giving him that. I'm giving him that.
When did he win the world title?
He won one. Didn't he, Alex?
He did. He won the interim title.
Can we just see where the East and West were even? For anyone knows that there isn't a divide in Scotland. There isn't an East and West. We just don't like the West, and the West don't like the East.
Anything East to Hart Hill's irrelevant.
Exactly. That's just all Edinburgh. So Josh Taylor.
Some great fighters in Edinburgh. Josh Taylor is an exceptional talent. Great fight against that last boy. He was particularly strong, wasn't he? And the double knockdown did help him. I thought the scoring for Josh was a wee bit wide. The 2 wider scorecards. I thought the other one was.
There was 215 12s was there none? There was a 118 110 I think.
Was it no 115 112 and the 2 were
maybe
quite wide.
I can't quite remember. I knew there was 150 112, which means
but the one that was about 2 or 3 rounds in it was more like it,
well, that just means that if it wasn't for the knockdowns it would have been a draw.
Well, that's how tight it could have been.
That's interesting. But what's next? I mean, you know Josh quite well. I know Josh quite well. But it's not I'm asking the question, so I'm not going to answer my own question. But what's next with Josh then? Are you one of them guys that believe he can go on and achieve something along the lines of what Ken Buchanan did and unify, or maybe even do what Ricky Burns did and become a multiple weight world champion?
I think he's got the frame to at least win a world title at welterweight. Don't know about light middleweight because
he's tall, but he's quite slim, isn't he?
He is. Slim in the shoulders, but very muscular. And the torso and strong legs. I've seen him doing his strength and conditioning done at Barry McGuigan's gym, and he puts himself through it. He's a very diligent trainer. He's a
strong kid, but he's probably got a stronger mind than.
Oh, he's very strong minded, and that's probably strength. One of his strengths. You need to be strong minded, don't you?
Definitely. Well, Billy, I've had you for nearly 25 minutes, mate. So
it's fucking disgrace.
Yeah, Billy.
That's not up on YouTube.
Mrs. McCART usually has me for 25 minutes as well.
My wife. Well, I'll show my wife that.
No, that's edited.
Nah, she's cool, mate. She's cool. Anything you'd like to add, Billy? Anything on the pipeline or anything?
No, just I'm looking forward to Craig Morgan's fight, and
that's 2 weeks' time, isn't it?
In 2 weeks, in the MTK show, and I'd like to send my deepest condolences to Conor Law and his family.
I would echo that. I'll do the same. Yeah.
Lovely guy. He's been in my gym. He's actually sparred John Joyce there. An absolute gem of a guy, and he'll be sorely missed by the whole of Scottish and British boxing.
Definitely, I echo that. I definitely echo that. It's a crying shame. Definitely.
Nice.
Right, Billy, as always, thank you very much for inviting me to your gym, even though you will never come to
I didn't
Edinburgh to see
invite
me.
you, you invited yourself.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
tend to remember.
One WhatsApp, Billy, I'm coming. See you
I don't
Thursday.
want to know about that, Andy. Just turn up.
Well, I'll end it there, Billy. As always,
care,
thanks very
mate.
much, buddy. Thank
Cheers.
you.
William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. You're going to sleep.